Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. Announced on July 11th, 2021, is Nickelodeon's own take on the very first official platform fighting game. Well, besides the handful of Flash games before it, of course. As the company was seeking out a specific development team, that being Ludosity, to create a fighting game platformer that was specifically made for competitive play. And, well, it's here. And man, has it gotten a ton of attention. Online brackets, local tournaments, invitationals, giveaways, and a whole lot of eyes. Everyone seems to want in on the action. So, how does it play? What's the good? What's the bad? What needs to be patched for the sake of maintaining the standard of one of better platform fighting games like Slap City or Smash Ultimate? Well, we're about to jump into that with my own first impressions right now. Let's just hop straight into the contents of the game first. Characters do an amazing job fitting into the role of the platform fighter. Everyone feels like they do belong and they're not some type of character skin slapped onto some neutral fighting character. You can tell every character in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl is made to be a platform fighting character. Nothing feels forced. Projectiles also follow in those footsteps, with each character having some specific references from specific shows. I think it's a really nice touch. We'll get into why they're broken later. All in all, good job. All in all, it does a very good job for things like setting up combos and ledge guarding options, whatever have you. All characters have their own stages, while some of them are specifically made to be legal competitive stages for tournaments and competitive play, which I think is fucking mwah. Thank you, Ludosity. And the music in this game, although there's so little from each stage, still has enough bangers to go around. Some alternative music choices on some specific areas, like the versus mode or the online mode or the main menu, would be great, because there's only one for all three of them. The only thing that is especially lacking in this game has to be the lack of voice lines and unique show music for character stages. Additions like these bring out the best in these characters, but if you fortunately own the Steam version of the game, you're in for a treat, because there's already so many different ways to do just that. I'm personally looking forward to creating my own mod pack folder, including music from previous Nickelodeon games and Nickelodeon shows along with it. So keep an eye on that for the next couple weeks. I'm very excited for that. But in terms of what is lacking in this game, besides these three modes, you have jack shit. The game does have a little bit of things to do offline, like stop time and sports battles. This is the new one, I'm pretty sure no one's heard of. Again, great way to practice the game offline if you were just looking for something to play. I think this would be beneficial if you had something like a Switch. Other than that, nothing really much to do outside of online mode. 4-player offline games are as good as they come, but nothing really is lacking more than the game's arcade mode, which is comparable to Smash Ultimate's story mode. Each character has their own stories to go through, and it is literally just a bunch of random CPUs that you fight on random specific stages, which is, again, very lacking. In terms of storytelling with this arcade mode, it definitely was not their main goal. The real meat and potatoes really does rely on the game's online mode, and that's okay. This is sort of the first time where a game has taken the backseat on its own content of the game to emphasize the importance of developing and updating the online mode competitively. I think it's great that the developers have a mindset like that. It's just what the development team devoted most of the time to. Overall, everything else offline is a great way to learn how to play the game against CPUs if online mode is just a little too difficult for you if you're a brand new player. And extras are just about what you'd expect. You just got a couple gallery, move set options, replays, and the music section. I think people that play this game offline definitely have enough to enjoy. Probably the best things about the offline modes in this game has to be the practice arena that you'd be able to play in. Having the ability to decide to display hitboxes or do frame-by-frame moves is a very, very good option. Again, a little bit limited when compared to Smash Ultimate, but we're not here to dissect everything about this game and compare it to that one. I think it's good enough for where the game is at the moment to help learn what you could have done where. Displaying hitboxes is a way to be very informative. Okay, so we got the contents of the game out of the way. Let's give my personal opinion on how I feel about playing the game once we hop in to Bikini Bottom. Okay, we're in the game. So this next section is going to be about what I feel about the game personally from a gameplay standpoint. Things might be a little bit different. This is on the Steam version of the game, and whoops. I already have voice lines for SpongeBob, so we're going to go about my personal experience of explaining how the game plays and how I feel it should be played, etc. Probably everyone's favorite mechanic, including mine, has to be wave dashing. Actually is something strategic that can help you in the game. Very, very cool. I thoroughly enjoy just doing it as like a hand warmer or just practicing in an offline mode when I'm talking, even though I still fucking suck with it. I have this weird thing where if I do it too fast, I start jumping. I can't tell if it's a skill issue, but all in all, I picked SpongeBob to main because I feel like he's definitely my favorite character in this entire game period, just because I was a SpongeBob fanatic when I was a kid. I'm sure everyone was. In case you ever thought about it, no, you're not the better SpongeBob fan than me. But let's get into it. I'm going to explain a lot about the characters' moves and how things work in this game in comparison to Smash Ultimate or Slap City. Characters have light and strong attacks. These can also be used in the air. I definitely thought it was way too broken to begin with, but strong attacks in the air are actually vital to help getting kills, which is very, very different to what you'd expect in any other fighting game. The character projectiles are great. Probably the one nitpick that I have is it's really fucking weird to be able to, grab your own projectile, and not only just grab your own projectile, but, have it deal more damage when you throw it with your hands. Yeah, it's a very weird thing. I didn't even expect that I was able to do this. I really want to experiment with this type of thing, though, because this could set up into something great. Pretty good combos. I definitely have a lot going on in the background while I'm thinking about all this. Characters have 3 sets of special moves. You've got your down B button, which, for SpongeBob is the meatiest fucking chomp you've ever seen. Again, the side special being the projectiles that could lead into other combos and things like that. And your up special being your recovery, of course. Characters also have a bunch of different neutral attacks when you have jab on the ground. You've got the down tilt. You got up tilt on the ground. And there's essentially no back airs in this game. There's kind of just going forward. Holding L on your controller allows your character to walk backwards. I have yet to find a real reason to keep using this, though. I don't think this is a mechanic that anyone really uses for any specific reason. Probably the most interesting thing about everyone's moveset is that every character has a fucking cargo throw. It definitely seems like this game is really focused on being a fast-paced fighting game, which is very, very different in comparison to Smash Ultimate, where you have enough time to mostly sit back and actually read out what your opponent's doing. This game kind of feels a little bit different. Things seem like this game is just relying on a lot of aerial-based combat. Lots of combos that combo straight from the air to get stocks are exactly what this game aims for, I think. And don't get me wrong, players do have defensive options. It's just way more difficult for them to punish things out of a shield because, shields also don't break in this game, by the way. Shielding, playing neutral, and being defensive on the stage seems to be a little bit of a broken concept right now because, there isn't really an option for shield breaking opponents. They kind of just block like this. And the only way to break me out of this shield right now is if you cargo grab me. Now, every character, like I mentioned, does have a cargo grab. Patrick here could turn around and whoop my ass, but here's the thing. If Patrick starts kicking my ass here, He can't do shit unless he grabs me. So that alone is its own problem within itself. A lot of players typically, when shielding, will just start going fucking ham on the shield, not thinking of what to do because they're just focused on mashing, which I think is a problem. Again, this game is a very mashy type of game at the moment, where a lot of combos rely on you being strategic in the air when you're up against your opponent, literally up in their face. The only option you should be doing is throwing out your best moves. For SpongeBob, which could be his nair, his up air, his up smash, etc. But one thing that is a good option is characters do have the ability to parry certain attacks. It is a little bit more difficult to actually get something off of these parries in comparison to Smash Bros. Ultimate, though. Lots of players will just obtain parries, and then by the small chance that they actually get to throw something out, might whiff or just miss an attack. All in all, defense in this game could actually use some improvement. This is coming from someone who loves to just mash grounded and aerial attacks in Smash Bros. Again, it's really like, I've never realized how much a game needed it until this one. All that, I could definitely say the fighting in this game is absolutely fast-paced, and it's meant to be. It was meant to be that way. And like I said, with due time, I'm sure that things will be a lot better. All in all, I think the game does a great job at being able to do the assignments. You have a Nickelodeon fighting game on your hands. It's going to take a little while for it to actually achieve something really, really great, and believe me, with a few patches, I believe this game will be absolutely flawless. It does a great job at what it does now. Again, the fighting in this game does feel really satisfying, buttery smooth. The defensive options are a little lackluster. I wish there was some other way that we could make sure that I just don't lose to Invader Zim Nair every damn game. But yeah, this is really all that I gathered within the first week of playing this game, and I appreciate you for going through this video. If you ended up watching it, give it a like. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like. Give me a subscribe. I appreciate you very much. And right now, I'm just gonna go start practicing my SpongeBob up air and down air combos.